stand up. Neck on the beat. Let go. Mr. 716 with them fly ass chicks who paint them pretty ass lips. With them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with a glitch. Rap with a package, see what it is. Swerve with the traffic like I lost control of the whip. Hurt the competition like I ran over these bricks. Double lines mean nothing when you're hugging the bridge. Red light, green light, headlight, beat bright. Superstar life make these lanes hate right. Fabulous flow make the girls say nice. So rock cups full to the party break light. The cross keys going to the cab in sight. On to the next like Jay said, right? Yeah, swag too slick, make a hater wanna bite. Not out of Zella boy, put your click to my life. Living Martin Lawrence like boy, nothing to lose. And I'm harmful on the mic, kid, the beats be bruised. The cat look calm like I never made a move. The beat, after hammer in his seat. These boys all brittle, side up fracture. I never move triple cause I got 2 feet. Provided my own meals, boy, nobody fed me. The grind is impeccable, I've been chasing decimals. Now it's like me and the money is inseparable. Catch the message that I'm sending to you. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I've been through it, but I've been spewed it. Now I feel like a champ, bitch, I'm undisputed. Thought I conquered the whole game, the hustle never been lame. But pretty soon you fucks gonna remember my name.
Welcome to Talk You Is Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing out there? This is your boy Dennis Holmes coming to y'all live and direct, baby. We on all sets today, baby. Just making sure everything all right. You understand? Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to Facebook. You know what I mean? Shout out to my co-host Ryan Thomas. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, man? What's up? It feels real good, man.
Okay. What's going on, Sports Guru?
Hey, man, I'm loving it, man. Just all this technology, man. Teaching an old dog new tricks. But at least I look good for my age.
Okay. Zara, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going down, y'all? You know, we back. We on all platforms. You know, it's going down like Prom does tonight because we doing some new things. So just get your popcorn ready like T.O. and like my boy Super Hot Fire said, and the glasses, jacket, shirt man. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, as y'all know, we usually start off with our trash ass players and our certified players. So now I want to start the ball rolling on trash ass players. The first set of trash ass players that I got is to the grown ass haters out there that's judging a goddamn kids movie saying how bad LeBron was. At the end of the day, that is a kids movie. They did not make the movie for your grown ass. It is a kids movie. I don't want to hear how bad of a movie it was because it didn't fit your standards. You ain't fucking a kid. You're a grown-ass man. You need to be judging grown-ass men movies. Tired of y'all talking shit about everything LeBron do. That was a real good movie, Space Jam, and I enjoyed it. Ryan.
My trash ass players is the Phoenix Suns. They cannot even get a rebound in the last game. They cannot get one rebound to save their life.
Okay. What you got, Azar?
So I'm gonna flip it and go in the other direction. And my trash ass player is none other. I mean, it's Tokyo Is Tuesdays. Buckle up. LaCry LeBron James.
Oh God.
In that abomination called Space Jam: A New Legacy. First of all, this man claims he wants to be the GOAT and he wants to be his own man. Yet this man wears number 23. This man follows in the footsteps, goes to LA so he can follow and chase a ghost to go do another Space Jam that shouldn't have never been touched. It was not needed. He didn't bring anything new to the table. It was a waste of an hour and 40 minutes. The only redeeming quality from that movie was that they actually did get a real actor in Don Cheadle that stole the show. And of course, it's always great seeing the GOAT cartoons, Looney Tunes, and the homages. But that LeBron James, that terrible acting, that he didn't bring anything new. If you're gonna remake a classic, it's supposed to be better. You don't come in with some garbage. I don't care if it's for kids or not. So I'm not gonna even argue Dennis's point. There's being a kids movie don't mean nothing. Pixar, Toy Story, great film. Shrek, great film. Then there's some terrible ones. You can judge any film. That's called Rotten Tomatoes. That's why those critiques make money. You can judge a movie. Doing that is for kids to cop out of it having to be a good movie. That's bull. Because there's a lot of great kid stories that got great stories and great acting. So to me, that's a cop-out. So that's my trash ass player, Mr. Shadow Chaser, self-proclaimed LeBron LaCry James.
Yeah, Zar, you that trash ass player, Zar. Just let you know that.
Call it what you want.
Out here judging a goddamn kids movie. Y'all killing me. How you doing, Guru?
Hey, I'm good, man. I was good until I heard that dumb shit. Excuse the expression. I had seen a few places because really the movie is not important for me to see. I'm 50-something years old. So that kind of stuff really doesn't appeal to me. What does appeal to me is money, legacy, being able to help other people who maybe, need your help a little bit, whether I can do that as a African-American black male, or whether LeBron James can do that with his foundations and things of that nature. I always try to do that, whether I was giving back to when I worked in a community center, while I had a full-time job and I was helping the kids who couldn't eat. I was going down to Douglas projects down there in the city and helping the kids. And hey, they Coach T, man, I need a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich at 7 o'clock at night. And hey, I never told a kid no, because that's how I was. And you got these grown up, and I remember, specific own stuff when I had my daughter. Well, when my daughter was young, she had this little cartoon. I think his name was Gerald, and he had a 33. So my daughter would say to me, Dad, he got Patrick Ewing number. He got Patrick Ewing number. And I'll be like, oh, really? So that was our little, kind of joke. And then so I had to go sit through that dumb ass movie and, for 2 hours. But you know what? As a father, you do it, man. That's all you got to do, man. And I did it gladly, man. Even though the movie was trash to me and it was boring as hell, but I did it, man. So it's all about the kids, man. So, whatever LeBron, good, bad, and different, as long as kids enjoying it, man, that to me, that's all that counts. So anybody who's, because what you get is you get people like Czar, and I got to call them out. And I'm, hey, that's what this show is all about. Who, because they don't like LeBron James, they find everything wrong with the movie, opposed to everything right with the movie. Nobody gives a fuck about Michael Jordan, okay? Only you.
Hold on, real quick.
No, let me finish.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm asking you a question.
No. I'm talking. When I'm finished, you can talk. Nobody gives a bleep about Michael Jordan. Okay? Nobody cares about his movie. Nobody cares about the fact that he didn't, Juanita took him to the bank. Nobody cares about none of all that stuff. The bottom line is it's a movie for kids, man. Let the kids be kids. Because like I said, I didn't get any medals for taking my daughter to see that dumbass Gerald who wore my boy Patrick Ewing's number. No, I didn't. I just did it because I'm a dad, man. And nobody cares about that other shit, man. All you clowns worried about fucking LeBron James and hating on him, white people hating on him, black people hating on him. You're all ignorant, man. You're ignorant as fuck, man. You need to grow up. You know, and you know what? Ignorant thinkers broadcast. That's what it's about. Trash ass players. I'm good.
So if I would have said any other trash ass player, you wouldn't have went on a rant. You're supposed to give your trash ass player, yet you use your segment to go defend the crybaby, the cupcake,
Dennis
joint
said,
super teams.
Dennis
Hold on. You talk.
Dennis
You said your segment. You're gonna come in here and defend that crybaby ass, no competitive nature having ass, following the ghost chasing ass.
First of all,
crybaby ass.
God, do you have as much competitive nature as LeBron James? What the hell have you done? Tell me what you have done in your life that makes you have more competitive nature than LeBron James. Only guys like you get on here and talk shit about a guy you couldn't even.
So we getting personal?
No, but I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Personal.
Okay, what have you done? What have you done to Michael Jordan to talk shit about Michael Jordan?
Because for a guy like me, I've done more than what he's done.
You ain't done shit more than he's done. Stop the bullshit.
You didn't hear what I have. But man, I've given way more. I used to make.
You're giving way more than Michael Jordan.
And give half of it back. So
you gave more than Michael Jordan.
It's no different. What you don't understand is because you're ignorant. You don't understand. Like if you're making $20,000,
you're hilarious, dude.
No, if you're making $20,000 and you're giving $15,000 back, then you're giving more than a guy who's making $20 billion, who's giving a quarter, not even a percentage, a 1% of that back. It depends on what you have to give in the first.
What does that have to do with us? Hold on. What does that have to do with us?
You judge what I did, and you don't know what I've done.
What does that have to do with the discussion?
I'm trying to get with the discussion. Because to me, your discussion is ignorant.
You're just upset because no one likes your fucking goat.
I'm not going to be on a show and sit back and let ignorant a-holes like you talk about LeBron James. I ain't going to do it.
Does LeBron James pay you?
Does Michael Jordan pay you?
No, but I don't get personal and get upset.
No, but you do. You do.
No, I do not. You ain't never.
You bring it up every day.
Get upset.
No, you do. You couldn't even. The show was 2 minutes old, and you got to bring LeBron James up.
No. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I'm talking about at you. I don't get upset with you when you go at Jordan.
I'm not getting upset with you, but I'm gonna always.
You just call me everything in the book. You call me ignorant.
So what? You've called me names.
No, I did not.
Mad at it. Yes,
I didn't call you shit.
Yes, you have. You have.
Oh my goodness. Dennis, take over, bro.
When you say my opinion is stupid, or you say my opinion,
I didn't say your opinion was stupid.
You said my opinion was weak on many occasions, cuz you said that I didn't make sense on many occasions. What difference does it make? What, the vernacular?
I never went on a rant when you said something about Jordan like you just did.
Okay, well, sorry, I did.
I don't mind it, but I'm saying you can't get personal.
But you've said personal things about me.
No.
That goes to the Dennis. My next trash ass players, all the haters that say I cannot do podcasts. Yeah, all my haters. Thank you, haters. Thank you, haters.
Hey, let me say something, Ron. Let me say something, Ron. First of all, you can't worry about the haters, okay? I've worked places where the peanut gallery is always going to speak. You're doing a damn good job with your Atlanta Falcons. You're doing a damn good job on here, and it's always easy to throw, stones when you live in a glass house. So just do your thing. Keep your eye on the prize and keep doing what you're doing, man. And look, everybody can criticize. Like I said, like even going back to what the argument was. You want to say something about competitive nature when you can't even get in shape. But you're talking about a guy.
I'm more in shape than you are.
But I don't complain about him. See, that's the difference.
That ain't got nothing to do with.
That's what I thank you, Dennis. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Y'all going too far on this trash.
No, it ain't y'all. It's him.
Czar, what is your trash ass player?
That bitch ass LeBron James, like I just said.
No, you got another one. What's your next one?
No, I ain't got no more. The spotlight is on that faggot.
Okay,
LeBron
Guru,
James,
what you got for
bitch
your next
ass.
trash ass player?
I keep it about LeBron James, nobody else.
Okay.
Oh, good. So you're a man.
I'm a man, absolutely.
You're a man because you call somebody else.
I ain't
Guru,
never cried
Guru,
when someone
Guru,
dissed my
Guru.
player.
Not
Go
even feed into it.
That's
Move
right,
on.
Guru.
Trash ass
Hold on,
player.
real quick, Dennis.
No.
As long as we've been doing this, bro, all of a sudden, what the hell? We've
No,
been
we
doing
always
this.
every time the same subject comes up, we always go at it. So this is nothing
I know,
new.
but I'm saying tonight you on a whole nother level.
I don't know that I'm on a whole another level. I just think I've been the same. I've always been the guru, and I always state my opinion, and I don't care where it's at, how it is.
We'll let it go. We'll let it go.
Okay, well, let's let it go. Let's let it go then. Move on. To me, it doesn't mean anything, but I'm always going to respond to things, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent.
If it's personal, I'm gonna respond only when it's personal.
It's not personal to me. That's what you think. I could care less.
Okay.
You're the one that goes to the movies. I could care less. If it was important to me, I would go to the movies. I would do things that
we'll let it go. We'll let it go.
It's the least thing on my radar. But I gotta
let it go.
respond with look, when people say ignorant things on a group chat that I'm in or whatever, I respond to it. I say something. Not always, but most of the time, if I think it's warranted saying something, I'll rebut it.
Guru.
If you say something ignorant, I'm not going to allow. I'm not going to.
So hold on. Here's
I'm
what
not
I
going
think
to be on this broadcast.
I thought I was letting it go.
Totally ignorant. And
now I want to say one more thing. This is where I got you 100%. This is where I think, and I know you're a smart man, but I think you don't. Responding and defending the player is one thing, but there's still a fence from going from keeping it about defending the player and responding to what was said versus going personal at a human being.
Yeah, but you're calling him the F word, okay? But you think that's cool.
I said that at the very end. I said that at the very end.
No, I don't care when you said it, cuz. To me, that's cowardly, cuz. I don't care what anybody said.
I ain't gonna win, bro. Just keep it going, man.
To me, that makes you a coward. I'm sorry.
That's all good. Hey, ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm a coward to my face, so that's all I'm good with.
You're the first.
Ain't nobody gonna call me a coward to my face. That's all that matters.
I damn would.
Fellas.
Oh, you would not. Trust me. You would not.
Let's end it, fellas.
Let me say one last thing.
Y'all say that every 2 minutes. Y'all know that? Let me get one last thing. Both of y'all say that every 2 minutes. I'm just letting y'all know that. Y'all both say that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
But it's on you. What is your next trash ass player?
No, we probably shouldn't have gone here. Let's move on.
Okay, but do you have another trash ass player?
Nope.
All right. Well, my other trash ass player that I had was Chris Paul. That was my other trash ass player. And it seems that he has more meaningful turnovers than he has meaningful points. And it's really killing this team, and they're not really playing it the way that they should be. They just lost 3 in a row. And Chris Paul, with this being your own, I really believe this is your only chance to win the championship. I honestly really believe that. And for you not giving enough effort in these last 2 games really, really shocks me right here. I don't know what's going on, but it really shocks me. I don't know what's going on though, and that's how I feel about Chris Paul.
Dennis, do you know what Cameron Payne's plus minus is in this NBA Finals? You have any idea?
No.
Do you care? Do you believe in that stat or you don't?
Not really. I don't really believe in that plus minus stat because I've seen people that had terrible plus minuses but still won the game. Like,
okay, well, it's like 31. That's pretty unbelievable. But I'll just leave it at that.
But I mean, in the first 2 games that they lost, Chris Paul had 15 turnovers.
Okay, but his plus minus is not nowhere near that. His plus minus is in a positive. You know, Cameron Payne is 31 minus, and we're talking accumulation of all 5 games. As we've been
watching Chris Paul through the years, 15 turnovers in 2 games is not Chris Paul.
No, it's not. But I thought. Well, let me ask you a question. What was the biggest play of the game last game?
Biggest play of the game was Drew Holiday with the steal.
And the alley-oop. And what did Booker do before that before that play.
Before that play, I think
He
he came in and
turned
shot
the
that
ball
three.
over.
No, he missed him and what's his name? Bridges both missed easy like 5-foot jumpers. So I mean,
I thought he made
you know,
the three after that. I thought he made the three first.
but before that, down the stretch, when they had a chance to go get the game within 2 points, two different occasions,
right.
Bridges missed like a 5-footer. Now I'm not saying I don't remember if he hit a shot. He may have. What I'm saying to you is, for a guy that they compare to Kobe Bryant, which I'm not no big Kobe Bryant lover anyway, but the bottom line is, you know, he has been very underwhelming in a lot of spots too, and he had 40-something points.
But he needed.
I mean, so you
more.
got. I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to defend Chris Paul. If he don't play good tonight, yeah, you're right. He'd probably be going home, and he'd be going home a loser. Now, I don't agree with you, because if he signs with the Lakers next year, he got a chance to get back to the finals next year. So, you know, it just depends on where he goes and what he does. Nobody thought after last year that Chris Paul was going to be in the spot that he's in this year.
All right, Ron, you got to turn one of them Jones down.
I got one. I got a trash ass player. It is Dwayne Haskins. You left Washington and you were in the news. You went to Pittsburgh and you still in the news. Maybe you need to stay out of the news. Maybe you need to start getting in fights with your old lady. Maybe you need to concentrate on the playbook in Pittsburgh.
All right. I agree with that. Hey, Zar, you got the comments?
Yeah, we got. I think we was talking about the movie. Someone said they haven't seen the film yet. And then we got Kellen said, "Talk your shit, Ron Thomas." Josh Bailey said, "Call him out." And then Kellen also said, "CP3 is hurt, but we're not talking about that." And then, what's up, Maurice? He said, "Yo, Sam Sports in the building." Those are the comments. And on Instagram, KBE Unlimited said, "Yo, what up?"
Yeah, I seen them joints. They run by too fast. Them ones run by too fast.
I try to keep up.
Hey, you're probably going to have to turn your computer down, Ryan.
A little bit, anyway. Turn your phone all the way down because they can still hear.
And turn the phone down and then turn the computer down a little bit. Now, the next one is our certified players. The one certified player that I have was every sport that was on this weekend. This was a super weekend this weekend. I enjoyed every bit of it, especially Saturday. There was boxing, UFC, the game, and we had a little bit of wrestling going on Saturday. Then on Sunday, they came back with a little bit more wrestling. They did pretty good this weekend. I want to give a shout out because July's are usually the driest month in sports history. So they did real good this July. I appreciate it. Sports, please keep making July's interesting. Who you got, Ryan?
For all the black head coaches in the NBA, you deserve it to get a chance and opportunity. Don't mind certified players.
Okay. All right. Guru, who you got, Guru?
Right now, I'm gonna have to give it to Giannis, man. I have to give it to Giannis. Giannis has been, and I have to be honest. Hold on, let me lower this fire, man.
Yeah, you gotta turn them like both of them down.
Okay, I'm good now.
Yeah.
Okay, so my thing is, the guy, I've never really been a believer in his game, and to be quite honest with you, I'm still really not a believer in his game. He has so many flaws in his game. I mean, he went to the foul line and he clunked 2 foul shots. Then he missed another one, but he went and got the offensive rebound. And so, hey, give the guy credit, man. You know, to miss those 2 shots like he did, and then have the fortitude to go get the ball. You know, he knew where it was going because he knew he was going to miss badly. Hey, you got to give him a lot of credit for that, man. And to be playing on a bum wheel and to be playing as hard as he's playing. Oh man, I because sometimes it's not all about skill. It's not all about, what your game is. Obviously there's been guys that have better games and and more skilled players. I mean, we've seen them. I mean, you know, the greats, you know, we know who they are. But damn, this guy now, I don't know if he's going to be able to do it tonight. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure, underlying pressure at the, the Deer, you know, with, I think they call it Deer Park. You know, I don't know, they're saying 60,000 people maybe in attendance to see him play, you know, or see Milwaukee haven't had a championship in over 50 years. I mean, this is going to be unbelievable. I mean, but I said 7 games before, you know, if you're thinking with your brain, you're saying, okay, they close it out. But if you're thinking big picture, you know, 7-game NBA, ratings haven't been all that great, you know, although a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of young guys are streaming versus old guys like me that still give my money to cable. But even as dumb as I am, I'm halfway in it, you know. At one time I was paying $300 a month for cable. Now I'm about to $124 plus the $60 for internet. So even an old dog like me is kind of learning what you young dudes know. And it don't make sense to be paying that much money for cable, whether you got DirecTV, Cablevision, or whoever, or you know, FiOS, whatever the case may be. So you know, ultimately, you know, but like I said, back to the subject at, I got to give Giannis his props, man. He's done. He's been a prime time player, no question about it.
All right, Zara, who you got?
Still an echo back there somewhere. I don't know who either.
I think the echo. I think Guru got his Jones too close to each other. He might got to spread them out. Your devices might be too close to each other.
Oh my! How do I sound good?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. My certified player, we're going to, you know, speaking of what you just said this weekend, you know, I'm a big MMA fan. I know we don't talk much about it. I'm not sure if everybody in here follows it, but Miesha Tate, she was relevant. You know, she came back 4 years off, and she fought Ronda Rousey 3 times, so she was like the big rivalry. She could never get over the hump, but each fight got better and better. And she almost had her in the 3rd fight. This is when Rousey was still undefeated. But anyway, she was always one of my favorites. And she took 4.5 years off and came back and had a vicious knockout of a female that was a really good contender that's coming up now. So I wanted to shout out to her. She was my 2nd favorite MMA fighter behind Chris Cyborg, of course. But shout out, she's from, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, either Seattle, Washington, or somewhere around there. But she trains, at least before she retired 4 years ago, she trained in Sacramento, which is about an hour from me. And she always represented Northern Cali. And so I want to give a shout out to Miesha Tate. So any of the MMA fans out there watching, you know, props to Miesha Tate. 4-year layoff and come back and knock somebody out. That's pretty impressive.
Okay. All right. The other certified player that I had, I got to give it to Chris Middleton, man. This dude is the perfect complement to Giannis Antetokounmpo. You know, what Giannis lacks is dominating the game, you know, in the 3rd and 4th quarter, which Chris Middleton is that guy that can take over in the 3rd or 4th quarter and dominate the game. I was hating on him for years. Especially last year in the bubble when, you know, they did everything they could to get Giannis out the game. And, you know, they gave the game to Chris Middleton and said, here, you take over. And he didn't really do as good as I thought he should do. But this year, he proved me wrong. He showed me that he was hungry this year. He improved his game. He started using, you know, his ability because he had everything in the bag. In my Steven Jackson voice, he had the bag but wasn't using the bag. Okay, but now he's using the bag that he got and he's getting everything. It's nothing that he can't do. He's really unstoppable. Like I said, he's making it hard for Phoenix out there today. Well, these days. So I'm gonna have to go with Chris Middleton.
I respect it.
All right, Ron, what you got?
I know y'all no more trash ass players.
Certified.
I know y'all no more certified players.
Anybody else got any more certified players?
Good.
All right. Let's get into this guy, Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman, who I believe that when he retires from the NFL, he will be selling doors at Home Depot. To let you know that it's Richard Sherman proof. That was the joking point of it. But I'm gonna let Ryan go. How do you feel about the Richard Sherman situation?
It don't look good for him. Richard Sherman very smart in football, and he graduated from college from Stanford.
Right.
So you very smart, but you at
I'm not gonna say act. This is one situation.
see, and me, you talk about this, Dennis. Richard Sherman was out for concussions last year too.
And you were
And
saying about that CTE.
I brought to your attention about that CTE because this the same thing happened to AB. When AB got hit by Buffett, after that he started acting crazy. He went to the Raiders, started acting crazy and talked about the helmets. He went to New England.
Don't forget the feet. Don't forget the
Oh
goddamn
yeah.
feet.
He was talking about his feet.
Don't forget the goddamn feet.
So then in New England, you got in trouble outside of football and you lie about the whole situation. So they let you go. And in the off season, you were in music videos. Then you went to Tampa. So I just think it's part of CTE.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna let Zar go. Zar, what you feel?
I mean, it kind of sucks because we were one of the teams that was potentially going to sign him. We got, obviously we
that
got.
don't stop. Let me hold, not to cut you
Well,
off.
I think he done went a little too far though, even for us.
That don't stop the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all hire criminals all the time.
Yeah, but man, what we saw footage of, and just if you go down the timeline when it happened, and then what transpired on down, I don't even think Jerry will go for it, and it's a shame because I thought he would have been a really nice fit for us on the field and off the field for the young. We got a lot of young DBs that we brought in, including our number one corner from last year, Diggs. So I don't know what the heck is going on. As celebrities, when they do stuff like this, there's stuff behind closed doors, and sometimes they just money gets to them. I don't know what happened, but like I said, it's disappointing because I think he was about to put himself where, even if it wasn't us, he was going to go to a team that was going to compete for a championship and possibly have been the missing piece or an important piece. And I personally think he screwed all that up. But I do think when stuff boils over, I don't know about us, but I could actually still see in some desperate team signing him. I just don't know if a good team will sign him now. So we'll see.
Okay.
Terrain, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Shout out to Stay Tuned coming on right after this. Make sure y'all tune into that. Guru!
Yeah, this is a tough one for me because from all accounts, Richard Sherman, as Ron indicated, is a very educated African American black male who has really succeeded for the most part of his life. You graduate from a prestigious school like Stanford. You've done some positive things in your life, and it just goes to show you how frail life is in terms of one day you're up and the next day you're down. He obviously was troubled in many ways in terms of what he was dealing with. I don't know exactly what he was dealing with. I heard some things. Maybe his kids were taken away from him, so on and so forth. And I've been in that situation before when you separate from a lady and then all of a sudden, somehow, the children are turned against you somewhat. But how you handle things, really determines who you are and what your legacy is. So this is going to be a black mark that maybe he gets over. Like Ray Rice never got over his black mark. You know, Ray Rice never got an opportunity to play ever again in the NFL. I mean, it's almost like Ray Rice isn't allowed to make money again. And I find that to be sad because, you know, people, you know, in the NFL have killed people and, you know, vehicular homicide and come back and played again. People, racists, you know, they forgive racists all the time. A guy threw a ball at, I believe, one of the Boston Red Sox players over the weekend, and Major League Baseball banned him for life. I mean, but yet Trae Young had to do spit on him, but no lifetime ban for him, you know? So it's how we value things in this society that sometimes gets a little convoluted, so to speak. I just hope he gets the help he needs. If he plays, you know, he's had a good career. I don't think money is going to be that much of an issue. There's a lot of talk that he's going to be part of the players union going forward. Just a lesson learned for you young people out there. You know, how you channel your disagreements. It's almost like Rachel Nichols in a way. A lot of people made excuses for her, and I actually have a hard time looking at her on the NBA broadcast because I'm saying, this is how you really feel. This is how you feel about African Americans. This is how you feel about the young lady who you Maria, who you were talking about. And it bothers me to see people like that flourishing. So some things you can get away with, some things you can't. And that's just the society that we live in. So I hope he gets the help he needs. He was very contrite. That was a good sign. He certainly tried to say all the right things. And, you know, my heart and my prayers go out to him and his family because, you know, it's different when you're in the public limelight. You know, your kids get affected. The kids in school can tease them. Your wife, she's on national television, you know, in front of a judge. It's not easy. So let's just hope for the best. You know, the Cowboys, whoever, you know, I hope he, you know, I don't think he was signed with the Cowboys because we know that Jerry Jones is an idiot and they're not going anywhere. But, you know, hopefully he'll do better than that. But if he doesn't, you know what? Sometimes those lessons cost you in life. And sometimes you're never able to rebound, so to speak. And I mentioned Ray Rice because Ray Rice is from New Rochelle out here where I live in Westchester, New York. Nicest guy, did all the things for charity, everything. Was just the perfect human being. Got caught on camera doing something that he obviously shouldn't did. Obviously was a bit almost heinous the way he hit his girlfriend and, you know, I guess turned into his future wife. But what makes that worse than any other crime or indiscretion? And who gets to decide to be the judge and the jury? That's who I have a problem with. And we've already seen the NFL in terms of what they did to Kaepernick and how they you know said on one level, oh yes, we were wrong, but yet never get this brother an opportunity. So, you know, even Jay-Z, I was very disappointed with his role and all of that. So let's just hope. For me, my prayers go out for him. That's all I have to say about him. My prayers go out for him and his family.
So we still got to echo.
I'm gonna say
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know who it is, but I was gonna read the comment.
About a guy who drunk driving, pushed the door, didn't go through, went to jail for a couple of days, and that was it. He didn't harm nobody. You know, made a lot of noise, pushed on the door a little bit. You know, that's about it. And y'all comparing him to people that have hit their girlfriends and knocked them out, which is Ray Rice. You know, Ocho Cinco, who headbutted his ex-wife, you know, but so they say. I wasn't there. You know, we got Greg Hardy, who has beaten a woman. You know what I mean? Let's not forget this month, that guy from the offensive lineman from Seattle is supposed to be going to court because he almost killed the black woman.
Chad Wheeler.
Yeah, but that's what, you know, that's getting swept under the rug because right now the Richard Sherman shit is much higher, you know. Richard Sherman almost beat a door to death, you know what I mean? But Chad Wheeler almost killed the black woman. I think Richard Sherman shit is higher. That's what societies make you look at it like that. That's how they got you looking at it. And now hold on, Ron. That's some terrible shit. But we talking about a guy who pushed a fucking door. That's what he did. And was drunk driving. I seen Dante Stallworth kill somebody drunk. I ain't see it. But I've heard Dante Stallworth kill somebody drunk driving. He could no longer drive for the rest of his life. But he still was in the NFL. I don't see where this hurts Richard Sherman. And I damn sure don't see where Jerry Jones don't think, oh, I can't sign him now. This is right up Jerry Jones' alley. Jerry Jones, this made his price go down. Shit. This is right what Jerry Jones wanted. He didn't hire Alden Smith after he did all that dumb shit, and he was out of the field for a couple years. He hired Greg Hardy after he did that dumb shit. You think he ain't gonna hire Richard Sherman? You lost your mind. This is exactly what he's gonna do. I'm just saying, y'all put this in a bigger platform than what it should have been at. That's the shit that I'm just looking at like, motherfucker push the door. If anything, he gonna be selling doors at Home Depot. That's what the fuck I think gonna be happening. These doors are Richard Sherman proof. That's what the fuck I think gonna be happening personally. But now let me get to the other side. Let me get to the dark side. Something's going on with that Legion of Boom. They all been in trouble. From Brandon Browner, Cam Chancellor, to Earl Thomas, and now Richard Sherman. Something's up with that Legion of Boom. They were the most decorated secondary that we've ever heard of. Now they all criminals. I'm just saying. Something going on.
3 words. CT or 3 letters. CTE.
CTE.
I've been saying it. And everybody look at me like I'm crazy, but I've been saying it. The proof in the pudding.
All right. Can you hear me, Dennis?
I can hear you.
All right. Kellen said Richard Sherman will be a Cowboys. Now Jerry Jones loves criminals.
All right.
Adam said Cowboys not compete for a chip. They're competing for second place in the division. Kellen says 7-10. We're not talking about Buffalo right now, Kellen.
We're talking about the Cowboys. That's what you think the Cowboys going 7-10.
Right, but I had to correct them on that. That's why I told him when I saw the 7-10, I had to tell him we're not talking about Buffalo yet.
What's up, Ty?
Ray
Ty
Rice
said no lie, CTE is real.
Ray Rice for caught on camera. Why he
knocked his girl out and then married her a couple weeks later.
Chuck said, Ron, did you?
This shit was so serious. They did an SVU special on it. If you don't
Ron,
know about the SVU special, check out on SVU with Megan Good in it. It's the only one she on.
He said,
that's
Ron,
the Ray Rice special.
Let me finish the comments, fool. He said, Ron, did you turn 28 did you turn 28 3 days ago? Happy birthday. If you can get the acronym in that. Juke said teams might stay away from him because he was never really on their side and stood up for our righteousness. No, he also said didn't harm anyone or touch a soul. Metal plate and bolts in her arm. I don't know. I'm not sure who.
Talking about that girl.
Okay.
That got beat up by Chad Wheeler.
Right. And then, Juke said Dennis didn't bring his popcorn Saturday.
Shout out to Juke, man. Shout out to Juke, man. Hell of a singing you did, man. Shout out to you. I'm glad that you came on the Guru show and did your thing. Now, anybody else that's talented enough, I want to see y'all on Guru Saturday. All right? Because I like to watch my Guru Saturday. If I miss a Saturday, I can watch it Sunday. But I like to watch it. It's a very entertaining show.
And then more trolling from Adam, and that's the comments.
Okay. I got Ty over here. Ty said, no lie, CTE is real. That's what I got on Instagram.
Right. It's very real.
He said it's real. Now, let's get into these lists. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know, we have a top 5 finals. This is your top 5 finals, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're doing a list of. This is your top 5 finals. Brian, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
The Cavs versus the Warriors.
Which one?
The one that LeBron won for the city.
Oh, all right. When it was down 3-1.
Yes. The Spurs versus New York Knicks.
Okay. The lockout year.
The Rockets versus the Magic.
Okay. The Sweet.
The Lakers versus Indiana.
Okay. Shaq and Kobe first joint.
Mm-hmm. And Shaq the Miami Heat versus Dallas Mavericks. With
With
Shaq,
Shaquille O'Neal.
right?
Not bad. Not
Those
bad at
my
all.
favorites.
What you got, Guru?
Well, we got tied at number 5.
Here you go. You always do this. I just can't give you a regular number. You always got to put 2 on it.
Okay, number 5, we got the 90 Pistons back-to-back, belly to belly. That one was so sweet because if you really want to be real about it, that should have been a 3-peat because the third title that the Lakers won before 90, they won on a phantom call on a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar hook. So you guys might be too young to remember that, but that was, and I was rooting for the Lakers. And let me tell you, they talk about what's his name? My man who made the call for Hugh Hollins, who made the call on Hubert Davis, which I thought was the right call. But that was, if I'm being honest, that was a bullshit call. The Lakers got very fortunate on that foul call. So we got to give the Pistons number 5. With both of them, the back-to-back, the belly-to-belly. Number 4, we're going to go on the Lakers. The Lakers won 5 titles in the 80s. They won in 80, 82, 86, 85, 87, and the last one, the one that I thought was a little fraudulent, or they got very, very fortunate, was 88, okay? And that was the one on the Jabbar hook shot in which they played the Pistons. That's also the one when Isaiah had the bad wheels and was running around kicking LA's behind on one wheel.
The bad
and then
ankle?
next year, excuse me?
The bad ankle?
Yes, he did. He was playing on one ankle.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. And he was killing the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely destroying them.
I mean, you can talk about that too, but
okay. So that would be number 4. Number 3 would be the New York Knickerbockers over the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clyde Frazier Willis Reed Championship, ladies and gentlemen. And you can look dumbfounded all you want, Dennis the Menace, but let me continue. Some interesting facts about that series. Number 1, we all think about Walt Frazier. I think 36, 19 assists in the closeout. We all think about Willis Reed hitting his first 2 shots, and all of a sudden, no one thinking he could play. He played 27 minutes for the uninformed or the miseducated. He also, in 27 minutes, only scored 4 points. I believe those were the first 2 shots of the game. But what we don't remember, who was the second leading scorer for the Knicks that night? Okay?
Was it the coach?
No, it was a brother that you guys probably don't even know. Okay? Dick Barnett. 21 points in that game. Old Dick Barnett got his doctorate and everything else. Oh boy, had that little one-handed jump shot looking all awkward, almost like a George McGinnis style. Okay? So, and what else did we, there was one more factor in that. Okay, so we brought out the okay, boom, 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 boom. We got out that, Willis Reed. Oh, I almost forgot. Chamberlain went 1 for 11 at the foul line.
Yeah, he was terrible at the foul line.
But still managed 21 points and I think 24 rebounds. Everybody always likes to beat on Chamberlain and say, well, he should have won more championships. But when you look at the stats, I mean, the man, nobody gets 24 rebounds today. But he had a supposed bad game with 24 rebounds. I love Wilt Chamberlain. I will go to my grave loving him. Okay? And I always think he gets a bad rap. Doesn't matter. you know, Jerry West could be on the court and, you know, be 2-9 in the finals or whatever the case may be, but it's always Wilt Stilt's fault. It ain't his fault he made love to 20,000 women, you know? He was Wilt Stilt. All right? So anyway, number 2, this is dear to my heart, man. But I got to give it to Miami versus San Antonio, 2013. And the wonderful thing about this, there's a lot of factors in this one that was really just unbelievable. The thing that I want to bring out the most is that Popovich, who, you know, is viewed as this great coach, obviously coaching the Olympics now, he had the audacity in that situation to bench Tim Duncan for the last play. He benched Tim Duncan. He took him out of the game for rebounding. Okay? No one realizes how stupid a move that was. All they needed is the one rebound because my man, LeBron James, he clunked one, boy. Did he ever? he threw up a shot and boy, it was Brick City. And then what happened, folks? Chris Bosh, a guy who used to average 25, 10, 11, you know, but had to play that third wheel. Somebody had to play it. Not only did he grab the rebound, but he had the wherewithal, like some players we've seen in the last couple of days. Booker, they're down by XYZ, and he's taking twos. He kicked it out to Ray Ray. Now, the thing about Ray Ray that was so unbelievable in that spot, you've seen many a times these players, you know, because everything is about spacing. If you've ever coached or if you know anything about basketball, they want you to be as wide as possible. That's why these guys are always out of bounds. They catch the ball out of bounds because a lot of times your first step is backwards, okay? But Ray Ray had the wherewithal to have both feet behind that line and set. Now remember, if he did a Kevin Durant and his foot's on the line, we lose. We go home. It's over. Both feet behind the line, buries the 3, and Game 7 is history. And like I said, the king of the what do they call it? Where all these guys, they got all this rest and all this kind of stuff. You know, that's Popovich. That's Popovich. But let me tell you, that was the dumbest thing Popovich ever did in his life. Benching a Hall of Fame player, and then obviously the rest was history. So, number 1, down 3-1. I kind of knew it. I just felt like it in my bones. You know, there was something that told me, we're going to come back. We're going to win this. I didn't have anything really to like base that on, but it was just a feeling, you know. And then, you know, crazy what my man, you know, he got to get a technical foul and do all that dumb stuff. And yeah, that helped a little bit. Yeah, it did. But we still had to win the game. And I'm not a big fan of this guy, but he averaged 27. I think LeBron averaged 28. You know, my man Kyrie, you know, at that time I liked Kyrie. You know, he got a little cocky for me, but you know what? He's still a champion. And he hit the biggest shot perhaps in NBA history. And, you know, they talked about this block that Giannis made, you know, in like game 5 or 4 was it actually? Come on, man. The biggest block in the history of NBA Finals is the chase down. I've never, ever seen anything as long as I've been living, you know, and that's why LeBron James is the greatest player ever, because nobody, I repeat, nobody could ever do that but the King. And then the King went to the foul line and sealed the victory, unlike Giannis, with one arm and nailed that foul shot to seal the victory. It's the Lakers against Golden State, the only 3-1 victory in the history of the NBA Finals. The King and I, LeBron James. LeBron James, LeBron James.
Czar, we got to stop here.
Number 5, 2011. there's many great NBA teams in the history of this league that management put together and did their jobs. Drafting, trades, a la. But then we got this guy that comes along. Oh, I can't win. I can't win. I need help. Hey, guys, let's talk behind closed doors. Let's form the first player super team. The decision. Let's heartbreak a whole city that I'm from. Let's do it on national TV. Let's expose the whole city. They're at bars. Let's just let them down. They're all partying. And the Dallas Mavericks and Dirk, who did it the right way, played with one team, stuck to his guts, and put hands on the king, self-proclaimed the king, who buckled every fourth quarter of that finals with a meltdown, and the Dallas Mavericks and Dirk, who did it the old school way and led the city of Dallas to a championship. Number 5.
All right, hold on. Dirk played for 2 teams. Just let you know that. But go ahead.
Well, I'm talking about. What at the very end? I'm talking about. But
in the beginning, he played with Milwaukee.
You should be able to get that right, but
then stop, man. That's a technicality. You know what I'm talking about.
Technicality, you got it wrong.
It
don't matter. Kobe played for 2 teams.
You got
and like I said, he destroyed the player. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. Yeah, sit your ass down and go on to Cleveland. All right. Number 4. We're going to go with the 2004 NBA Finals. Hey, I know he retired. We would have won 8 straight. But, fact is, he got 2 3-peats, the GOAT. He only got 2 3-peats. He never won more than that in a row. Obviously, he did retire. And then the second time, Krause forced the team away because he wouldn't bring, the coach back. So anyway, Shaq and Kobe was trying to go for that 4-peat. And I'm like, no, we can't have that. MJ didn't do that. So them Pistons came, unsung team with a bunch of Robins, no Batman. They were all stars pretty much. And, they took advantage of that feud of Shaq and Kobe and blew them boys out on 4-1. And like I said, I was just happy because they were coming off a 3-peat and they beat my boy AI in one of them. And we're going to get to that shortly. And so I was ecstatic about that because everybody was 4-peat. Kobe better than Jordan, all the stuff we heard, whatever. Yeah, so that's number 4. Number 3, we're gonna go to 2001. I don't give a damn they lost 4-1. And I know you love this, Dennis. This is my second favorite player in the history of the NBA is Allen the Answer Iverson. I followed the man when he in high school, when he went to jail, when nobody wanted him. Felipe Lopez was better than him, who got the scholarship to St. John's. And that man, to this day, I don't care what nobody say, he took the worst team supporting cast to the NBA Finals. And game 1, I don't give a damn that they lost. Put hands. And one of the most iconic plays in the history of basketball, when he does that cross back on Ty Lue, hits that jumper and walks over his ass. Get out my way. They still show it to this day.
To this day.
Tell them. Number 3. Now, when I talked to you about this last night, Dennis, I could have just said all 5 of my 6 Bulls, but I picked one from each 3-peat. So number 2, we're going to go with the 96 Bulls. 95, Jordan came back at the very end of the season. You're wearing 45. Nick Anderson was talking that trash. That boy went and got that jersey back, that 23. Came back, met them same Magic with Horace Grant's soft ass on the team now, and swept them boys out the gym. Broke a record of 72 wins. But unlike Golden State in 2016 that had 73 wins, they finished the job and got the ring and set records and put hands on a great Seattle team with a great 1-2 punch in Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. And so that was just a historic moment for me. So that's my second favorite finals out of the 6 that the Bulls won. And then number 1, the best finals is obviously 1991 when the Chicago Bulls won their very first championship. I went through blood, sweat, and tears losing to Detroit. When he came into the league, had the lights. I'm being honest. Hey, like you said, you got to pay your dues. Detroit whooped their ass. Hey, I ain't gonna take. But again, MJ got his butt in the gym. Finally, we hit on a couple of picks. Actually, Pippen wasn't even a pick. He was traded on draft day from a Division II college. I guess they saw something there, whatever the case. But we went up against Magic. It was great seeing Magic and Jordan, even though the Lakers, I told Dennis, out of the 6 titles, that was the easiest opponent, even though we had no experience there. And when we lost that game 1, I was worried. But that man took over the next 4 games, 3 in LA, won all 3 in LA. And just the fact that our first championship, bro, it was just like the most beautiful thing in sports. And that has to be my number 1. That's the reign when the GOAT went on a tear and nobody ate on his watch after that until he retired.
I gotta get my Skip Bayless on. You know how you ever see Skip Bayless got his notes? Wow! Gotta get my wow!
You want to do comments before you go, or you want to do after?
Let me get my, these are the
get 'em out.
finals that I enjoyed,
All right.
because it just disappointed so many people. So these are the ones that I enjoyed. Number 5, Kawhi Leonard goes to the Toronto Raptors and beats down the Golden State Warriors. And all those Golden State fans and Kevin Durant get injured. And Klay Thompson ain't dribbled a basketball since that day. Oh, Golden State just went right out their hands, didn't they? Ooh, they was like a wind in the dust. He just blew them right away.
Wait a
Bro,
minute.
how you gonna interrupt my 5? No, what the hell?
Wait a minute. So what team he beat before the?
He beat the Milwaukee Bucks.
No.
Now, next one. Number 4. Cleveland Cavaliers came back and beat those Golden State Warriors. That was a good one right there. That was a good one. I'm gonna have to agree with you, Guru. That was really good. I believe that Kyrie Irving deserved that MVP award more than LeBron, but it's LeBron's hometown. We're not gonna fight over it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why Kyrie is the way he is now. Probably if he got that award, they might have been still together. You know what I mean?
No.
Never thought about that. Have you ever thought about that, Guru?
No, I never really thought about that because he shouldn't have got the award. He didn't. LeBron beat him in every statistics: points, rebounds, assists. He made one great shot, give him that. But LeBron made the block to make that shot possible, and LeBron made the foul shot to seal the victory. So no, we're not giving it to him. Dennis Holmes.
Well, my next one is Michael Jordan's last game in a Bulls uniform, as they call it, the gooseneck. Bulls versus Jazz. Gooseneck. That's number 3. I called the gooseneck. That was a really good series, man. I really had faith in Jeff.
Hey, Dennis, you have.
I really had faith. Hold on, wait a minute. I really had faith
just real quick. You had
John
AI, and then you
really did.
you shouted me out, and then I shouted you out number 3.
Okay. All right. Number 2, Miami versus Dallas. Yes, this is the one where Dirk Nowitzki, he stopped taking those jump shots in the fourth quarter and started taking Chris Bosh and Udonis Haslem straight to the rim. That's what he started doing. Because usually he'll settle for that fadeaway, but he wanted it more than anybody else. And I felt as though that LeBron should have been sticking Dirk Nowitzki because I felt as though he was more agile, more mobile than Chris Bosh and Udonis Haslem. But as you can see, it just wasn't his time. That's all. Just not your time. That's all it is. Number 1, my favorite finals on. Nobody had this finals on a list. Let me get my guru on. Nobody said this finals. This was the greatest finals I've ever seen. Lakers, Celtics, 2010. Kobe Bryant passes the ball. The Metal World Peace, a.k.a. Ron Artest. God damn it. This was the greatest finals I've ever seen. I've never seen the point where Doc Rivers had a fucking B team that was playing better than his A team, where they even gave them a nickname of Shrek and Donkey, and they came out and won the game. Then they thought they was going to win game 6, and Derek Fisher's ass slides through the loop and goes and gets the layup to tie the game. The fucking cameraman wasn't even ready. The greatest finals I've ever seen was the 2010 Lakers versus the Celtics. Kobe Bean Bryant beating down the super team of the Celtics. Doc
Wait,
Rivers
hold
had
on.
more to say.
Wait. Hold on. Beaten down with that stat line about 20 missed shots in that game, I think he had.
No, you're talking about the
Dennis,
2008
he went like 7 for 30.
Right.
That was like
Dennis,
the 2000. But listen, who got the
Dennis,
title?
did you forget that, D?
Yeah, that's why he passed the ball to Ron Artest.
So don't say he beat them down there.
He did beat him down. The fuck?
Queensbridge Ronnie saved him, right, D?
Hey, listen, you could call it a save, or you could call it that he needed to make a shot because he was on my goddamn team. Whatever. Because if I told you that Kyrie saved LeBron, you would say no.
I wouldn't say, but he helped him.
See, you ain't right, Guru. Now
All
ain't
right.
nobody score a basket for 5 minutes in that fourth quarter, and you gonna say he helped him. Kyrie, the only one made the goddamn shot.
All right, comments. Chuck
My
said 84.
favorite finals.
Chuck said 84 Celtics beating the Lakers in 5. Eugene said, may I say Kobe Bean Bryant and the best player of all time, rest in peace. Chuck said, I was in Chicago during that first championship. Thank goodness they won that in LA because Chicago was still crazy. What up, Sharon? Do y'all miss me? Of course, Miss Chocolate. We got the Showtime Lakers were the greatest of all time. 7-game series, only time Bird beat Magic in the finals. We got facts. Someone said facts to one of our discussions. Sharon said, yes, say it, Dennis. 2010 Lakers over the Celtics. Number 1. Will said Ron Artest made that song Champions before they won. They were going to clown him if LA lost. Eugene said Big Gino is the Gabrani beating pie, eating trailblazing eye, brown raising, letting you know next year, and Carmelo, Chris Paul will join the blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Kobe don't need to be saved. No saving. I laugh out loud. Wow. Chuck said, number 1, 98 Bulls. Number 2, 89 Pistons. Number 3, 96 Bulls. Number 4, 1984 Celtics. And then number 5, 79 Seattle beats Washington. And then 79 Sonics again from Derek, who jumped on Chuck with that. And then the last one.
Downtown Freddie Brown.
There you go. And that's the comments.
If you smell what Big Gino's cooking, shout out to Big Gino.
My man.
Yeah, man, Big Gino. What he in Baltimore?
Baltimore, that's where he from.
Big Gino from Baltimore. What's going on, Big Gino? All right, now. I appreciate everybody's list.
I can't believe you didn't put AI in your 5, man. I'm hurt, bro.
No. I wanted those because I wanted those disappointing moments. You know what I mean? And that right there, the Celtics was riding high, man, and they was the big 3. They was riding high. There was nothing nobody could do, and you know Kobe and them they already had the chances against them. Like it's like nobody was gonna beat them because they already beat the hell out of Paul Gasol the first time. And my guy PG-16, he came back, got a little stronger. His eyes look like he was smoking crack a little bit, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Listen, you see what y'all see what his eyes look like by the time the third quarter start. Don't y'all act like I'm the only one to see that.
ACC, anyway.
That's what I'm gonna say. So it was exciting to see that. Let's get to these top 10 NBA players of right now. Now, this is going to break some hearts here. Now, remember, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this again. These are the top 10 NBA players of right now. I just want y'all to know that. So when y'all hear these lists, y'all got time to type y'all's in. Type y'all's in the messenger. I want to see some typing in the comments, man. Because y'all be quick to say why you got him on your list. Put your 10 up there. Put your 10 up there, and I put my 10 up there.
DH in the house.
Because the comments always be going crazy. Oh, I wouldn't have put him in my 10. Let me see your 10. You got time to type your 10. Let me see your 10. Let's go, Ryan.
A couple of seconds. Give him a couple, like the preacher said. Give him a couple of seconds to put that money in the pew.
Right.
Or the offering. Right.
Shout out to Josh. He said his favorite finals is the Warriors sweeping the Cavs in 2018.
Oh yeah,
that was a pitiful
Josh.
final. That was
great, Josh. Great, Josh.
That was
Please,
probably the biggest,
hey,
easiest
Dennis,
mismatch.
What's the name of that show that they do after this one, Dennis?
Stay tuned,
Stay
baby.
tuned.
Make sure you tell me to stay tuned. It's my people,
Like
my
I
family
said,
right there.
like I said on Stay Tuned when I put it on your page, y'all ain't the best because your numbers don't say, and you didn't get no award. But just like my man in Gladiator said, not yet, not yet, my man, not yet. The brother in Gladiator.
All right. Ryan, you ready? Because I want to hear these. I want to see these people top 10 players right now.
Here go my top 10. Now, I said once again, my top 10. Trae Young, Paul George,
Okay.
Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Giannis, Steph Curry, Damian Leonard, James Harden, Luka, and Kevin Durant.
No bigs, huh?
Not one big on his goddamn list. What you guys are?
Actually, I don't know your order. It's not bad. If you're excluding bigs, it's actually not a terrible list.
What you guys are?
Okay, wonderful.
All right, number 10. We're gonna go with the MVP himself, the Joker. So we're gonna start it off with a big since Ryan didn't have any. Number 9. We're gonna go with your boy. We're gonna bring another big in there, Joel Embiid. So I'm kind of with you, Ryan. I got mine toward the end of the list, but they still made it. Embiid at number 9. Number 8, we're gonna go with the man himself. It'll be the new face of the NBA at 22 years old, and Dennis's big bet, Luka Doncic. Number 7, we're gonna go with the best point guard in the NBA in today's game, Dame Lillard. Number 6, I don't want to say it's not the last big man. It's not a center. I don't have any more centers, but I do have another big in there, and that's AD, Anthony Davis. Number 5, we're going to go with one of the hardest scorers, pure scorers the game has ever seen, with one of the most unguardable moves in the game, and that's James Harden. Number 4, we're going to go with the guy who was probably the best of his era, but where he's at this day, he's not the best anymore, but he's still top 4, and that's LeBron James. At number 3, we're going to go with the Claw, Kawhi Leonard.
Child.
Number 2, we're going to go with the man who will win the NBA Finals this year and is pushing to be the best player in today's game, Giannis, the Freak, Antetokounmpo. And number 1, the purest scorer we've ever seen as far as in today's game, top 3, probably all time in my opinion, just pure behind, Jordan, there's a couple another guy or two I would put on that list. And that's Kevin Durantula Durant, number 1 best player in the NBA.
I like that. All right. What you got, Guru?
Number 10, I got a tie. One guy
Every list
will
he got
eventually will be much higher on this list, but because he hasn't won in the playoffs yet, and because he has a poor supporting cast, I'm gonna put him tied at number 10, and that would be Luka Doncic. Okay, and he's tied with a guy who has had a lot of playoff misfoils, a lot of missteps, a lot of shooking and jiving, not a lot of between the legs. This year he got hurt, in his prime. Why did he get hurt? His name is Rerun. I call him Rerun. But Rerun got hurt because when he should have been at training camp, he was at some guy, and excuse me, because I'm kind of old. I think they call him Baby. He's at his party in a COVID world, shaking in his behind, doing shots, giving him, I forgot how much money he gave him. Damn, I could have used that money. Shit. But anyway, that would be none other than Mr. Rerun himself, Mr. Harden. So he's tied at 10. Number 9, another guy who everybody's trying to say he's so big time. Now, I'm not going to say the brother can't play because he could ball. He's out there in the Olympics right now, and yeah, of course they had a stain or two, but do they have a shot to still win the gold? Yeah, they do. Will they? We'll find out. But when you've lost in the first round of the playoffs 4 of the last 5 years, stop with this, oh, I'm not going to go join no forces and all this shit. You lost 4 times in the last 5 years in the first round of the playoffs. Okay? When certain people lose in the first round of the playoffs, the world is coming to an end as the world turns for you soap opera, fanatics out there. Okay? All my children, one life to live. All right? I know the soap opera. Luke and Laura. Yeah, I've been there, done that, players. And that would be Dame Dollar. He's number 9. Okay, number 8. This guy won the MVP. So there's no way you can take anything away from him. But he got blasted in the playoffs. So how high can I actually put this young man? But he was awesome. He didn't hardly miss any games. I don't know if he missed one the whole season. So I got to give him his props, Mr. Joker, number 8. Now, I could have put this guy lower, but he does have a good game, but he spit the bit in the playoffs, man. He was nowhere to be found from that beautiful city of brotherly love. And he just, I don't know, man. They wanted to blame everything on poor Doc. Doc had all his, last year Doc got blamed by the boys out there, Kawhi Leonard and the other clowns that he plays with. He got all the blame. It was all Doc's. But then they try to blame Doc again. It's all Doc's fault. But we got to give Joel Embiid some credit. He was leading in the MVP before he got hurt. He was even ahead of my boy. But you know what? Almost don't count unless in horseshoes, as my late father would say. Moving right along, I would have liked to put this guy higher, but when he was by himself, he didn't do shit. Excuse the expression. And I got to give some credence to championships. I got to give some credence to getting it done when it's your team. And let's face it, at some point, LeBron James will get old. It might happen 6 or 7 years from now. And this man will have his chance to lead his team to NBA Finals. And that would be none other than AD himself, Anthony Davis. Okay. All right, let's the beat goes on, y'all. Hey, let's keep it going. Keep it going. Where's my list? Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. This got a little, convoluted there for a second. This guy, I've never been a big fan of him. I was pissed off when he got unanimous MVP. I really was. It just bothered the hell out of me. Still bothers me. I can put my Stephen A. Smith impersonation on. But, I can't doubt his greatness. The man, Stephen A. Smith says he's the greatest shooter of all time. I don't know about that because the guy he can't hit like a big shot when he really needs it. Like in that down 3-1, he had Kevin Love checking him and he couldn't score a basket. He couldn't hit diddly squat. He couldn't hit shit. Excuse the expression. I don't care if my mother listens. Sorry, Ma. But anyway, he couldn't hit shit. It was, but got to give Curry his props. Number 3, this guy. Oh no, wait, no, that was 4. That was 5. 4. Number 4. This guy, what's they call that thing? Something management. Oh God. I mean, he just, him and Pop, man, they really pissed me off. And it's funny because both of them kind of hated each other at the end, and they both the king and the queens of, taking off nights and all this nonsense. And then he tweaked, hey. Oh, remember Dennis was crying. He was in the press box. He should be on the court. And what did I tell old Dennis? Old DH. I said, when you got a torn ACL, it's almost a liability to be on that bench. But the outcry was so hard from those Philadelphia faithful. Philadelphia, they booed Santa Claus, the moles out there. The mofos, I like to call them. Yeah. But the bottom line is, Brother was hurt. He shouldn't have been on
Is
the
it my
bench.
turn? Because you just keep talking. Is it my turn yet?
You know,
I'm ready to get my Skip
okay,
Bayless on.
yeah. Well, I
ready to
got to
Skip
call a
Bayless
spade a spade. You did get on your soapbox and you called him out because he had a torn ACL and he wasn't on the bench. But anyway, we leave that alone. And number 3, hey, this guy, he's proven his worth now. Score 15-11 right now. I'll give you, the Guru give you updates and everything. I give you everything. You don't have to watch the game. Guru give you updates. You know, I flipped the camera, if there wasn't no copyright infringement. I don't want, the show to be jeopardized because we had such fireworks in the beginning. So nasty. So and that's good radio. That's good sports talk. So it is what it is. I ain't mad at nobody. It is what it is. You talk about my man all you want, my stepson. I don't care. So number 3 is Kawhi Leonard. Okay, number 2 was Giannis. Giannis, we did number 4. Kawhi, number 3. Number 2, this brother, I still think that long term, he's not going to be able to last that long. I was very, well, you know what, but he didn't hardly play, man. He took like 20-something games off this year. I mean, that's why ultimately the basketball gods zapped their ass in the next loss. The basketball gods got him. You got it, the basketball gods. Wouldn't respect what Kyrie was doing. Kyrie out there going to his sister's party, but yet he couldn't be at the game. Going to a sister party. Nerve of that Negro. Nerve of him. Okay? But basketball gods got their ass, didn't he? Got Harden. Grabbed that hamstring and choked that mother buck. And then, Kyrie, oh, poor little ankle. He done for the year. He can't play. But this guy, and then you know what? It's funny. Man shot an air ball to miss the damn the end of the season. A goddamn air ball. Goddamn air ball. It's more, and I'm not sitting up here tell you I was a great player. Well, my daughter had a nice jump shot. I taught it. Bottom line is I ain't never shot an air ball in my whole damn life. Never.
You's a fucking lie.
I ain't never shot an air ball
You ain't
in
that.
my whole
You's a
life.
fucking lie. You say and shoot that lie to my talking. Don't you shoot that lie to my fans, to our fans like that. Don't you shoot that lie.
All right. I shot one. All right. Anyway, moving right along. Number 1 is the king, man. LeBron James. Until you take the mother bleeping throne, he's the best ever. He's the best ever. He's the best ever. He's the goddamn king. LeBron James. Thank you.
Back to my Skip Bayless voice. Is it my turn yet? I don't know what basketball y'all watching, but that damn sure ain't no top 10. Number 10, I got a tie because both of these Waka Flockas are starting to be just alike. That's right. They're the last 2 champions, and I'm going to let you think about it for a second. I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard and your beloved son, LeBron James. They're number 10 together. Number 10. 9 better players have been playing in them right now.
Guess what? You won better than LeBron.
Number 9. CP3.
He's better than LeBron. Oh, okay.
Number 8. Luka Doncic. Number 7.
Trae Young.
Greek Freak. Number 6. Trae Young.
I know it. I know it.
Number 5. Dame Lillard.
First round playoffs for the last 5 years. Okay.
Number 4. Kevin Durant. Number 3. Steph Curry. Number 2. The Joker. And number 1. Joel Embiid. That's what it is.
I think this is the first. Hold on. I think this is the first time your list is worse than Guru's.
Dennis, can you do your Doc Rivers impersonation?
Doc Ocean.
Doc Ocean.
Doc for me.
Hey, he tripping hard out your league. Real talk.
Ask me a question. I got you.
Doc, I want to know how you let the guy, what's his name? Not Kawhi, the other one. What's his name? Oh, Paul George, Pandemic P. How you let him come into your team when he did what he did to your beautiful daughter?
I told you this before, and I'll tell you again. anytime somebody has a relationship with my daughter, this is the NBA. I don't do personal relationships. I do basketball. My daughter has got over that. She's with a great guy now. She's with Seth Curry, Wardell's little brother. Next question.
Now, Doc, would you trade Ben Simmons for a box of Cracker Jacks?
I'll probably trade Ben Simmons for that hat on your head if you ask me. But that hat's a loser too. Next question.
Now, what made you go to Philadelphia? All teams, that trash team. What made you go there?
I can ask you the same question. What made you put so much trash on the back of your billboard and on your head?
Wait a minute.
But you don't
They
see
had
me.
not won in 80 years. They're not going to win never. So how can you get them over the hump? Doc?
Well, there's ways to get teams over the hump. First of all, we're going to have better offseason. You know, we're going to be together. Hopefully, Ben shoots the fucking ball. Excuse my French. And as a team, we should win the championship this year. If not, I'm trading Ben's ass for Dame Lillard on the first plane smoke.
Doc, can I get one more question, Doc, if you don't mind?
See you, Guru.
Doc, can you just tell us who was the greatest player you ever played with, Doc?
Kevin Garnett.
He didn't play with Garnett.
Oh, I thought you meant coach. My bad. I don't.
No.
Patrick Ewing.
I
Patrick.
know what Guru is trying to do. I see that.
It might be the guy that's behind you. It just might be the guy that's behind you.
Doc, can I hear you say it? I need to hear you say it, Doc.
Say me say what?
The name of the player, Doc.
Well, he's now a coach for the Georgetown Warriors.
Would that be Patrick Ewing?
Patrick Ewing.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you. God bless you.
Why do you sound like Marty McFly right now? What's going on, Doc?
I also played with Dominique Wilkins. You know?
No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, he did play with Dominique. Actually, you know what? You're
don't
right.
tell me who I played with, Czar.
Well, you actually said Garnett, so don't tell yourself who you played with.
Oh, I thought he said coach. I heard wrong.
Actually, now that you said that, Dominique Ewing, I probably still got Ewing a little higher, though.
Ewing is higher. Ewing was all world.
I mean,
Doc,
He
get it back.
just
does anybody want to forget the other player that he played with, the legend he played with for 2 seasons?
Yeah.
David Robinson.
He's not better than Patrick Ewing.
No, hell no.
Patrick
Hell to
Ewing.
no. Yeah,
The
he
problem
couldn't
with
win.
Patrick Ewing is he finger rolled his dreams away. That's all that.
I didn't say he was better. I'm just saying, out of all the legends, you talked about Dominique, you talked about Ewing.
No, he was saying, but who was the best player he played with?
All right.
He's right behind Ewing on the center list, but he ain't better though.
Sharon said the best player I played with was Kobe Bryant.
Doc Rivers?
That's what Sharon said.
I didn't know he played.
He never played for
very,
the
I got a young.
He must have been at the very
I
tail
can't-
end
I
of
got
his
a young
career.
That was the whole thing.
Oh, he also played with Dennis Rodman.
See, I will tell you, I'll forget. Like when you said that Dirk thing in the beginning, before he went to Dallas, like at the very end of a career, or like sometimes I'll forget. Like
It wasn't the very end.
No, but when Doc played with Kobe?
I'm talking about Dirk.
No. It was at the very beginning, though. I'm saying I'll forget like small shit. I when they're past their prime and they went to, this team at the very end. I'll forget that. Like just, it's still there. It counts. I'll just forget. Just being honest.
So he played with Patrick Ewing, Dominique Wilkins, David Robinson, Dennis Rodman, Moses Malone. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Oh, Moses Malone. He played with Moses, Doc Rivers?
He played with Moses Malone. Yes, he
I
did.
might actually have him over Ewing.
I agree.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
We'll see. Ron, let's do it, baby.
Moses was a bad dude.
Moses is
one
bad.
player.
That's a good question, though. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Thanks, Doc Ocean.
Thank you.
Name one player you will trade on your NFL team.
Oh boy.
But we know Chicago to trade everybody. So
I mean, what we trading for? Do we can trade for anything we want?
anything.
I probably would
Anybody.
go
You
to
should
hell
trade
for this.
Jalen Hurts for some cheese crackers and some cheese whiz.
I probably would go to hell for this, but I would trade one of them defensive ends and Zach Ertz,
What?
and I would try my hardest to get that corner, Xavier Howard from the Miami Dolphins.
Dennis, I'll tell you, though nobody want your tight end.
That'd be
Shit. Well, hey, I mean, I like the guy we got coming back, and I was expecting big things last year. But just to be safe, I'll take him. But for me, since I chimed in, I would probably trade. I'm gonna give him a chance on the defense. I'm gonna leave the defense side of the ball alone because we really can't. We need to improve. So I'm gonna go with Amari Cooper.
You would trade Cooper?
Yes, I need to open the door.
Wait a minute,
I need to open the door for CeeDee Lamb and Joey Gallup.
Wait a minute.
I will
Cooper's not
trade
even
you
a number.
$3.
Wait a minute.
Cooper stinks.
Wait a minute.
I'll
Let
trade
him
you
stink.
I
$3
can't
for
say
Amari
Cooper
Cooper.
stinks.
He don't stink, but just the scenario, the money that we gave him, we didn't know we were going to be able to get CeeDee Lamb. It wasn't supposed to happen, but that's the nature of sports and drafts. And now we're probably going to lose Gallup because we paid Amari, and I think we're going to lose him. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
How many receptions did Cooper have last year?
He had 1,000 yards. I don't know how many receptions.
Last
Yeah,
year,
it's-
even regardless, though, because we had no quarter, I kind of throw away last year, even for everybody.
What did he have the year before?
He
He
did
had
good.
1,000
I mean,
yards the year
he's a
before.
good receiver, Guru. Don't get me wrong, he's good.
Every year he's
But
got
he-
1,000. He's at
he
1,000.
He had
great.
92 receptions
Yeah, he's
last
not
year.
great, but he's good. But
And what did he have the year before?
He had 79.
So with a better quarterback, he had less receptions.
But he probably had more yards and touchdowns, right?
He had 1,189 yards in 2019, 1,114 yards in 2014.
14.
So he had less yards
14
with nearly 20 more receptions.
20, man.
last year. Okay.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
You know how many drops he had?
Again, he's not terrible.
Now that he's high on.
Hold on, I got that right
He's
here.
drop city. But
Again, he's not terrible.
He's had 8 drops since joining the Cowboys.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad.
it.
Oh, he had more than that.
No, but
No, only
also,
8.
Can you read the comments? I
No,
he
he's
had more
got
than
good.
8
I'm
drops.
telling y'all, he's not a bad receiver. There's just reasons behind it for me. All right.
He's a
Comment.
bad receiver. He just ain't worth 20 million.
Right. Sharon said Guru never said. He said he would never say who's the greatest. You said LeBron was the greatest, so she wants Dennis to clip that and show it for proof.
I did that to troll somebody, but okay, yeah. Keep saying that.
Hey, that's what she said. I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah. Well.
Sharon said, "Where did Rocco come from? What's up, Rocco?"
Hey, I'm right here. I just got back from work. Decided to jump on. Y'all talking to NBA. Still didn't do my top 10 list, by the way. That's fine. We'll do that.
Here comes Rocco. And Sharon said Kobe was the best player. We said that about Doc Rivers. We popping bottles over here. She also says, Will says, "Hey, Share Bear." Will says, "I keep telling him nobody wants Ertz. He's getting released." He says, "Cooper hurts the cap in Dallas." Absolutely, which is, again, one of my reasons. And then Laura says, "It literally looks like Phoenix shooting." She's talking about the hoop game right now. And,
That's Ricky Bobby. That's not Laura.
I'm just reading the name on here. I'm reading the comments. Laura Randall,
Yeah,
whoever
anytime
that
you
is.
see Laura Randall, that's Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby, nice NASCAR driving. And that's the comments.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Ryan.
Who
Sharon's in the
is-
building.
Big share in the house.
Who is your MVP of the NBA Finals right now?
Giannis, the easy.
I want to say Chris Middleton, but they're not going to give it to him.
Nah. Not even close.
Sports
No brainer.
But if the Suns win this thing like they're supposed to,
They're getting ran right now. They ain't winning nothing. They're
it's all
losing
right. It's
tonight.
early. You know how it is early. This the game.
That's
this
in
the
Milwaukee,
game.
man. This is over.
And game
Wait,
5,
hold on.
in
Czar,
game
Czar,
5,
Czar.
the Suns was running them, and then fucking 15 minutes later,
I mean, we've seen it
Suns was
twice
losing.
in this finals already. Like, if you have a big lead, it could be squashed away in the second half.
This
20-point
finals is
lead don't mean
over.
nothing in the NBA.
No.
Well, I say it's going to be Giannis. However, I think Chris Middleton should at least get one vote. Because, like, they have multiple people who vote on it. So,
Okay. Do you think the NBA is soft today?
Like hot butter on flapjacks.
Hell yeah, it's hot. Hell yeah, it's soft. It's soft. Like Charmin soft.
I can cut through it with a butter knife.
Dennis?
well, I mean, when you can score 120 points without going into overtime, that shows you the
game.
lack of defense and how soft it is now. So,
Yep.
yeah, I agree.
100 points or more per game. Average.
That too.
Like
What?
bread in the microwave before it gets hard.
Dennis?
Right.
Like cookies right out the oven.
What NBA team needs to sign Carmelo Anthony so he can win a ring?
Team
You know,
USA so they can win a gold medal. again.
That's the only ring he gets.
I agree with that, Rocco.
No.
He can't win nowhere else. Team USA.
No, he can
That's
win.
terrible. That's terrible.
Team USA, bro.
He's gonna
That's my
sign.
answer too.
He's gonna sign with the Lakers. He's gonna get a ring next year.
Team USA, Ryan.
Watch him sign with a random team like the Celtics for the veterans minimum. Like watch it be like a random team like Boston.
He ain't signing.
No, I don't think he's doing that. Don't be disrespecting. Don't be disrespecting Melo up in here.
Yeah, he's
Well,
already
he's done it
getting
before. Like
he's
he
getting
signed
a divorce
for the
anyway
vet
from that-
like 2 years ago.
that beautiful.
That was 2
woman.
years ago. 2 years ain't now.
All right.
Since Richard Sherman got in trouble, do you think his career is over?
Hell no. Hell to the no.
I was trying not to go first.
No, I'll probably get another shot.
He will get another shot. No, his career is not open. He was banging on a door.
Question you should have asked: will Richard Sherman be selling doors at Home Depot and Lowe's? Yes.
Exactly.
and
He-
and doorknob cameras.
I mean, he showed how durable the door was. That's all he did.
I don't feel that he should not play again. I think when you have such a good background as he has had, that it should be some sort of equity. But knowing the NFL the way I do know it, the way that these
Hold on,
things
these
can
are
get
guys.
blown out of proportion, how these domestic violence or type situations where your wife is calling the police on you, there could be some stuff that comes out that's damning. I don't know. I would reserve judgment. All I know is I hope he gets shit. I hope Ray Rice would get another chance, because I felt he was contrite. Yes, what he did was terrible, but I don't think that your career should be over. Like I said, they got people who've killed people in the NFL that have played again. Dante Stallworth, they got Hargrove with my last name, bringing me down. But I feel bad for Richard Sherman, because I do feel that in this world, you're always judged on your worst day. You're always judged on your worst day. And anybody who's a man, and even some women, knows that worst day is something we don't want to tell nobody about.
True.
All right.
Last question.
Okay.
True.
If Chris Paul lose this finals, do you think he will get back there?
Nope. That's it.
I mean, if he resign in Phoenix, I say no. If he opts out and goes to the right team,
He's
possibly.
already opted out.
Oh, okay, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's a slight chance if he went to like Utah You know, there's a couple teams. I mean, even I hate to say it, Lakers, even the Clippers again.
No.
No, I'm just saying I don't think he'll go back there, but I'm saying with the team they got, that's kind of what they need.
The article.
No, I know she don't like the Clippers. I know. I don't
No,
like the Lakers.
That's what I'm saying, Zara. Let me make sure I want this clear. The articles are saying that he's guaranteed to opt out because he wants a 3-year deal with the Phoenix Suns instead of the 1 year for $44 million.
Right, and I think Phoenix is gonna give it to him too.
Right. That's what the
Well,
article
I don't know.
says.
Their management has not been known to be a little frugal, if I may.
You're absolutely
I
right.
think with the success that they're having now, though, and they, like you say, and they ain't had success in a while, I think they're gonna jump on it.
And they love their point guard.
You would hope they would, but that's not a guarantee. Damon is right.
It's not.
If you go by their history, then no, it's likely they won't.
I'm just going by the owner. The owner.
But like, if he went to Utah, like that would be nasty.
I'm going to Philly.
In my opinion.
Utah.
Even if he goes.
No, but I'm saying you got Utah. You put him with the Spider. You got Ingles. You got Clarkson. You got Gobert.
The
like,
Spiders.
Nice
the
team.
Spider is ball dominant. How you gonna share the ball with?
Not really. Conley. When Conley's there, he handles the ball a lot.
This is not Clyde Frazier and Earl Monroe. The only place he can go and win a championship is with the Lakers.
They said that with Booker. They said
I actually think that if he goes to Philadelphia,
but Booker's not a point guard. Booker's not a point guard.
Neither is Mitchell.
Well, that's what position he plays.
Mike Conley's the point guard.
Who's the point guard on
Mike
team?
Conley.
Mike Conley Jr. has been in the point
playoffs.
No, he got hurt. He got hurt.
Okay, but he didn't even play. He didn't. I didn't see him. Did he play? Yeah, maybe one game. I don't even think I remember. He played
in Memphis. He played in the Memphis series.
Well, in my opinion, I agree with Guru. The only place he'll go. The question was winning the champ, right? Winning the champ.
Absolutely.
Question was about will he win?
You know, damn
if he doesn't win this time, is he gonna win again?
I don't think we're gonna find out, but I think he would.
The only place that he could go to and get there again is the Lakers right now. Any other team, not even Philly, he'd be close. They might come out the East, but he's not gonna win a chip with Philly. Not if you just put him on the Philly team the way the Philly team is constructed. He's not a good fit for them to win a championship. That's my opinion. So I agree with Guru. Yeah, the only way is if he gets to the Lakers. And I don't like him, but hey.
Doc, you all right, Doc? Doc, you okay?
I believe that me and Chris Paul can resume our differences and be good. We're still good. We still call each other.
Yeah, whatever.
Wait, really? Didn't Chris Paul try to use an access tunnel to whoop the Clippers? You know what? Like a long time ago.
Here come Rocco with the stuff.
I'm just saying, like he immediately left the Clippers. Hold on. He left.
Doc,
I remember this. Can you
address these trolls out there? Can you address these trolls, Doc?
We don't care about trolls. I'm a little upset that we didn't win a championship. You know, trolls will be trolls. That's why they grow so much hair.
I just remember that Doc Rivers and Chris Paul don't really like each other. So never mind on Philly. Scratch that. Yeah, no. Come on.
Chris Paul, come to Philly.
What?
Let me read this list, man. Adam had a top 10 list. His went Kawhi Leonard, Joker, AD, Luka, Devin Booker, Dame Dollar, KD, Giannis, Steph Curry, and LeBron.
Wait, who was that? Who was that?
Adam.
That was Adam.
That's Adam with the 2 A's. He got the last name. Yeah, yo, man. Adam, as my man Nick Johnson said, my man, $100,000. Go ahead, play.
Stick to football, Adam. Sorry,
right.
But that's
exactly.
not
Ace MVP got LeBron James at number 10.
His list is worse.
Russell Westbrook, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Steph Curry, the Joker, Luka, Dame Time, CP3, and KD at 1.
You got CP3 at 2.
Number 1 is right, but that's about it.
He
got James Paul George, right?
And my man, Big Gene just talking about his top 5 all time, the people that he like. Big Gene said he got LeBron 1, Michael Jordan 2, Scottie Pippen 3, Robert Ory 4, and Bill Russell at number 5. Shout out to Big Gene.
Hey,
Come to Atlantic City in November. Let me know,
that's my
Big
man,
Gene. I'll
Big
be
Gino.
there.
That's my man, Big Gino.
Robert Horry, Pippen.
Big
Uh-oh,
Gene,
wait a
Big
minute.
Gene.
Hold up. Sharon, they trolling Sharon. They said, when
What?
you going to sing on Guru's show? They waiting to
Oh,
hear
I
you.
will. I told him I'm practicing. I'm getting on the show.
Juke been talking about, you're going to have to see Juke been talking about you, Sharon.
Oh,
He been
alright.
calling you out.
Juke was
Juke
talking
Fox
about
is calling you out,
Juke was
Sharon.
talking about you on the show. He
For real,
called you
I
out.
was scared to eat my chocolate chip cookies listen to that show. I ain't talking about the chocolate girl like
Is
that.
that why Juke sliding in the DMs and stuff? Okay, all right.
Juke was over. Juke said, when is Sharon going to sing on the show? I think he trying to have a sing-off with you,
Sharon,
Sharon.
I must
think
say,
he's trying to do a duet. That's
I
what
think
he
he trying to do a
say,
sing-off
Sharon.
with you, Sharon.
Sharon, you need to go out more often because you looking awfully good tonight. I don't want to get
Hey,
nobody in no trouble.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna wait to the end of the show, and I'm gonna tell
I gotta
y'all
fight
why.
every night to prove my
I'm
love.
gonna wait to the end of the show, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm late. But it's been a great day, so y'all just keep on talking.
Hey, girl, do your thing, chocolate.
Now,
Do your thing.
Ace said, now this
Do
is
your
how
goddamn
we about to
thing.
end the show. Ace said that Richard Sherman got 5 charges, which I'm trying to figure out.
That don't mean nothing.
None of these charges really mean anything to me. I'm kind of lost here.
Yeah.
What are
Hey,
they?
hey,
Tell me
Dennis.
what they are.
They
Malicious
charge you about
mischief,
40 things if they could.
Domestic
malicious-
violence, DUI,
malicious-
reckless endangerment on a roadway worker, criminal trespass. All this shit look like it's gonna be thrown away. All that shit.
All of that, especially the criminal trespass, because he was an invitee. That means unless an invitee means you can go on somebody's property unless they expressly say you can't come on their property. And there's nothing barricading you off the property. That's an insurance term. So that right there, that trespassing, didn't nobody tell him not to be on the property. So
hold on, Sharon, hold on. Juke said we could be the next CC and BB Winans.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
that's brother and sister though. I don't want to. I mean, if that's what you want it to be, we can be that. We can be brother and sister.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
make sure
Dennis.
y'all tune
Hey,
in.
Dennis.
Is you gonna come on this Saturday, Sharon?
I'm still working on the voice.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's been a
now, I'm gonna tell
year.
you what Juke said on the show. He said singers can sing. Ain't about no voice. That's what he said. He said singers, when you ask singers can sing. That's what he said.
Okay, but my name, last I checked, Whitney is dead. I am not Whitney Houston. Okay. So I don't do this professionally. So I need some time.
In fairness, Juke wanted to go out without any music, but I got the music for him. Juke was going a cappella. I'm just saying.
Well, that brother must be able to sing then. He can sing. See, I sing okay.
He can sing.
You guys, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all missed it, go back and watch the Sports Guru Saturday Night Live. Each and every Saturday night.
I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna post it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post it.
Each and every Saturday night, the Guru comes out. What time you come on, Guru?
After 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City, where they say all the ladies are pretty. Even though Sharon ain't from New York, she looking pretty tonight. Goddamn.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you.
I keep it 100.
Thank you.
Sports Angle. What time your show come on, Sports Angle?
My show, 8 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday.
All right. He got that thing down, boy.
And I will say I was going to do my top 10 for the NBA, but I think we're running out of time. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes.
Now, Czar.
Yes. Another great show. Glad Sharon was able to come in and Rocco, to come help out. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments from all the fans out there that tuned in and watched. It's always, the bright spot in the show. You guys, after this, come on over to Stay Tuned. Another banger. Shout out to Josh. And we're gonna keep doing what we do around here on Talk Ye-ish. Again, props to the CEOs, Dennis and Ron, and my comrades, my co-host, Guru, Sharon, and then again, Rocco. And, we're going to keep this thing moving. You already know. I'm going to say it again. It's going down like
prom dresses.
All right. Sharon, chocolate girl. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, Sharon, before you start. He said, nobody said you got to be Whitney. That's what Juke said. Juke is jabbing like a motherfucker tonight.
Damn.
I see.
Damn.
Damn.
Hey, you think Juke is
I mean,
from Harlem?
but he
Not
made the
uptown,
comment, sing, like, you know,
what's
like
that? Up there north, phony New York. Damn, Juke, slow your roll, player.
slow your roll, player.
Juke said he from Buffalo, ain't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That ain't Harlem.
Dang. Well, he the one that said sing and
Oh, they
sing.
came back, by
so
the way.
I'm just trying to make it known I'm not a professional singer like that.
Hey, where's Czar right now? Hey, Czar, are you still here?
Yeah.
Really? You said the Suns were going to come back, right?
I said the
told him
Suns
to
ain't
stop
gonna
talking
win.
15 minutes
I don't
ago.
care about no
Call him out.
comeback.
Call him out.
Hold on. I didn't say the
And he
Suns
said,
wasn't
like,
gonna come
oh,
back. I
it's
said they're
over.
not gonna win.
Call him out.
Rewind the
Sports
tape. I said they were
I
getting
will
blown
rewind the
out
tape. You
and they're
said
gonna
it was
lose tonight. That's
over.
all I said.
Hey, will you
Yeah,
rewind?
Czar said it was over.
It is over.
Phoenix up by 2 right
See
now.
me after the fourth quarter if it's over or not.
The opera ain't over until the fat lady sings.
Hey,
You
Right.
better leave my man Donovan Samuels alone too. Okay,
Right.
Czar?
I hear you.
Shouting him out, saying that he said picks and everything, and then
No, we gave him his
props.
props.
Oh man, that was wrong.
Bucks
Well, we
and
didn't
six.
know.
Bucks
I mean,
and
we
six.
didn't know.
I said Bucks and 6. We got 3 minutes left. Let me get my little word in. You ready for me, Dennis?
I'm ready for you, Chocolate Girl.
Okay. Hey, y'all fellas, it's the Chocolate Girl. I'm glad to be able to get in with y'all. I just want to say that today was my son's 28th birthday. Yes, 28, 28. He is 28. He is a young Black man in America, and he made it 28 years. And I'm just so grateful to God that he is here. My son is still here. He's a joy and the love of my life. Shout out to my son. He knows we call him Little D. We've been calling him Little D his whole life. So he Little D. Daddy's Big D. So there you go.
Congrats.
So that's why I'm a little late, because I had to celebrate with the fam. It was a good time, all love. I
That
know
is.
y'all missed me on this show. I had no
Absolutely.
idea that y'all were going to talk about all these lists. And
That's
I
true.
know y'all want to know where I stand with it. So next week, I'm going to make sure I get a chance and opportunity to give you my list from this week.
Yeah, we're
That's
gonna make
all
sure
I'm
you
gonna
do
say
it as soon
about
as the
that.
show starts.
Right.
As soon as the show starts.
I'm going
All
to
right.
give you my list, because from what I came into and what I was hearing, y'all need some help.
Man,
I
it was
don't know where
blasphemy.
I don't know where y'all made these lists from, because I thought
And my
the
list is
question
the
was,
greatest of all time. But
I thought the
think
list
Sharon's a
was-
second.
I thought the list was who's the best in the game right now.
Damn, Juke
And I'm
still
like,
jabbing. He said, "Sing him happy
like,
birthday on the
what?
show." Damn, he's still jabbing.
Man,
said
hey,
what?
Juke wants it
He
all,
said,
man.
"Sing
He
him
wants
happy
it all.
birthday on the show."
I'm not singing that right now.
Happy
No.
birthday
No.
to Sharon's son.
No.
Happy
No.
birthday.
His name Daryl. His
No.
name Daryl.
No.
Happy
No.
birthday, Sharon's glorious son.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we don't have the guru singing. This is why he gives out the gifts. This is exactly
Oh
why he
my
gives out the
God.
gifts. Ryan,
Where's
you got
that-
any last words, Ryan?
Where's that hit the brake sounder? The hit the brakes go.
Okay.
Where's that sounder at?
Flying High Podcast will be back in a couple weeks.
I wasn't finished, but go ahead.
And by the way, thank you to all my haters. Y'all my motivators. Thank you.
Your haters and motivators.
Y'all
All
motivate
right.
me every
Haters
day.
and motivators.
All right, Sharon, you have any last words?
Check out Did You Hear What Chocolate Said on Spotify and everywhere else you have a podcast. Catch us on the side, Joan, on Saturday. Me and Dennis Holmes at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
But this Saturday, we're going to be on 9:30
Oh,
a.m.
sorry.
Eastern Standard
9:30
Time
a.m.
with my guy, Rick Watson.
Rick Watson.
Rick Watson, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all tune in this Saturday morning. You know, while you're washing your car or eating your breakfast or getting that good old pork bacon, make sure you listen to the tunes of Dennis Holmes and Sharon Mullen as we introduce you to the sounds of the side joint. Ladies and
side
gentlemen, God
joint.
bless. Good night.